Anime and manga is bigger than it ever has been in history, and yet anime studios are going bankrupt at an insane rate. What's up guys, I'm Brandon Chen. I'm a writer-producer for the webtoon manga anime space. So about 8 anime studios have either filed for bankruptcy or dissolved their anime operations, meaning that they're leaving the industry, which is a lot considering that demand for anime productions is through the roof. And so this article goes into a few interesting points, one of which is that the studios don't have the capacity to really take on all of these anime projects. According to this article, they're saying that there is a profitless boom among the production companies because there is a huge demand for anime. There's not enough capacity for labor to meet that demand. And as a solution, some companies are forced to extend their production periods, thus increasing their labor costs, which is diminishing their profit margins. It makes sense if they're essentially saying, all right, it takes us 1 year to make one anime season. That's not an accurate number at all. But let's say for simplicity, it's 1 year. For 2 years, they want 2 anime delivered, right? But this production, they're essentially saying that it would actually take them not 2 years to make 2 anime, but it would take them 2 years and 3 months, which would add up to their cost. Because they have to pay those people. If that's what that sentence is saying, then that makes sense that it is eating their profits. Others are resorting to outsourcing to overseas studios, which is also a problem here in the US for Hollywood animation. It seems like the yen's depreciating against the dollar is also cutting into their profits as well. It seems like Japanese anime is suffering from the same thing that American animation is, which is that the practice of outsourcing animation for cheap from overseas studios and then having domestic staff like the Japanese animators fix subpar quality work is killing a lot of really high quality talent and making those directors want to leave, burn out, and they just are churning talent. Yeah, it's kind of sad, you know, a lot of the animators and the artists that are working on these projects don't have a percentage of the actual profits that are coming into the project or the IP, right? A lot of that's held either by the production company, the IP holder, right? The actual animator that's making a cut is not getting a percentage of that anime's income or the merchandise, which is where a lot of the actual money is made. And yet they might be spending like a ton of time doing those animated cuts. So there's just like an enormous amount of burnout in the anime industry. And as there's an increased demand in that sort of, you know, productions, there's just the same people are getting thrown into the grinder. Not only that, there is also demand for probably lower costs, you know, especially with AI on the rise. I've seen a lot of LinkedIn posts from my friends who work in the anime industry of, you know, animation directors and production companies that are pressuring to use AI in actual productions. And there might even be some, and you won't even see it, you won't even know. It's not just Japan doing that. It's also the US. Yeah, crazy time. Let me know what you guys think.